Remember the first t-shirt you made?
Yeah, 100%. It was a stencil that I had. Do you know what a Rube Goldberg is?
No.
It's like where you drop like a ball and it hits mad things and something else happens. You know, like those videos where like someone hits and their toast is made.
Okay.
That's like a Rube Goldberg. So I had a Rube Goldberg class. I think it was like a robotics class or something. Made a Rube Goldberg, but I brought a stencil of Che Guevara because obviously you want that on your Rube Goldberg. And I spray painted it and made it like super artsy. And I grew up on Canal Street and they were selling mad Che Guevara t-shirts. So I was like, okay, I'll make my own stencil from this. And then I remember I had a white t-shirt on and I was like, okay, I'll just spray paint the Che Guevara thing for like, oh, I want that shirt. I was like, oh, if it's your birthday, like I'll make you one. And then that started. Amazing. And then from there, people were asking for like custom birthday shirts. And then I was like a freshman, sophomore. And me and my friends.
In high school?
And me and my friends were like, hey, 10 Deep exists. Oh, Supreme exists. Like they're all from New York. Like we can be the next blah, blah, blah. Everyone put in like $30 and let's make like a first run of t-shirts. So we made like probably like 60 t-shirts and brought them to the cafeteria and we're selling them out of the cafeteria. And like different kids from our school. I went to Brooklyn Tech, which has like 6. So we were like, okay, maybe this is enough to sell. And then we were like, okay, how are we going to get the market? And that was for Instagram, literally impossible. You know what I mean? It was like, why does some random person on the street want to buy it? So I'd set up like ironing tables in Soho and on Broadway and like had like a bed sheet and my shirts up and be like $20, blah, blah, blah. And I would stand right outside the Bape store because that had like a mad line. And I remember all the kids were like, $10 for it. And I was like, you're about to spend $60 on some dumb Babe t-shirt. Like you should support me. And I was like getting in a fight with all
That's amazing. I love that.
Like the line from Babe, which is hilarious.
Super hardcore entrepreneurship from a young age.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I remember one like super rich dude, I made like a World Cup t-shirt. And during one of the World Cups, and some super rich dude came by and was like, I love these. And he was like from France, and like clearly like France had just won or something. And he was just feeling himself. And he bought like 20 of them. And we were just ecstatic because we had like sold like 2 before. And then we like our total went to 22. And I was like, yes, we're on, blah, blah, blah. And so that was in high school. And then I deferred a year and then I went to college. And I remember the first thing was like, I need to meet someone who can make a website because that's how I'm going to get people that aren't my friends.
So and what year was this?
2010.
Got it.
Which is fucking crazy to think about because that's mad long ago. But yeah, I was a freshman in college, 2010 or 2011. I think 2010. So yeah, and then we launched a website that I like drew the whole thing by hand, scanned it, and like each button was like hand drawn. And then I had like 5 items because I was like, we need like more than a t-shirt.
The catalog.
Yeah, I was like, we need to look like official. I was like, okay, all I need is like a hat. Like that's huge for me. And I had like a hat with the floral brim. And like, I don't know if I invented that wave, but I might have invented that wave because it got super popular after I did it. But then like a week in, I messaged Mac Miller's friend on Facebook and I was like, big fan of Mac Miller, big fan of everything that's going on. Like, I think you guys will like this tie-dye shirt because Mac Miller and everybody was wearing tie-dye. And I had made it like strictly for this reason. And he responded on Facebook and was like, yeah, like these are fire, like send us a box. And I was like, well, I'm actually in New York City. If you're ever around, come by. Cause I knew like meeting me and understanding me and the brand was like 90% of the brand. The clothing was whatever. They got sent boxes of clothing all the time. So I was like, we need to meet. And that was like the power of New York City because everybody sometimes comes here.
Yep.
So, and he responded like, yo, we're in New York City now. Like, here's the address, pull up.